Hi everybody, this is Barbara's Den, and I am back with another video. In this video, I just got finished watching a video on Facebook. Let me go get my iPad. I'll be right back. Okay, I was watching this video on Facebook where this officer, there was some there was some shoplifting or something, and the people pointed out the guy that did the shoplifting, but an officer saw another man, like he said, he was just standing there waiting for his sister to send him some money like she always do. And he says, and this officer came up and asked him a question. And he said because he's aware of his surroundings, he knew he was fearful that day that he was going to get arrested for something he didn't do, and it was going to go down like he normally see. He just had a feeling that how it was going to go. So as the officer was talking to him, another officer walks up behind him, grabs the guy, and said, "Put your hands behind your back." While he has him in a bear hug. Well, he literally can't put his hand behind his back because he's in this tight. He has his he's grabbed him behind a bear hug. Now, the officer he was talking to, the thing that got me was he said, "Well, go ahead and put your hands behind your back." Well, just put your hands behind your back. He knew the man didn't do anything, but because this officer out of nowhere comes up and grabs him, he tells him, "Go ahead and put your hand behind your back." But the man is in a bear hug, being lifted up off the ground like a child and body slammed, because he's a very small man. And he's body slammed to the ground. And being told by the other officer to put his hands, or just go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Then after everything is all over with, the officer tells the other officer, "Well, he's not the guy with the warrant. I was just talking to him, trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out." Officer like, "Oh, I thought he was the one with the warrant." He said, "No, he wasn't the one with the warrant." He said, "There's a guy over there with the warrants." Which the guy was shoplifting. So I don't even know when the felony warrants came in. Who in the world brought up felony? Because the officer said warrants, and it's shoplifting, so it's misdemeanor. Now, as the officer was interviewing, as all of this is over with, the officer, after everything in there over with, Kumo, CNN, he has him come on the show and he interviews him. Now, if you watch the video, you see like the guy said that they broke his wrist. He had this big old bone sticking out the side of his wrist, showing where they broke his wrist. And Kuma asked him, he said, "Well, your wrists weren't like that the whole time." And he showed his other wrist. He said, "No, it was just like this one." So while he talks to him, asking him different questions, he said, "Well, did the officers even apologize?" He said, "Yes, they apologized to him. They offered to take him to the hospital. But those of us whose intuition, these intuition many will call vibes, are in full bloom, our intuition warns us lets us know what situation we might want to be careful, we might want to be cautious with. So his intuition apparently told him, don't let them take him to the to the hospital. So I guess he took himself to the hospital. And I'm on here looking for, on my iPad, looking for this same article that I found on Facebook. I'm trying to find it on here. It's I was just scrolling through. The different videos that's on here, and this video happened to come up. But anyway, as he questioned him, he said, yes, they are. He said, yes, they apologized. And, yes, I forgave them. And, and we laughed about it. I guess his intuition tell him, live through that. So he basically, he went on. Now, after he answers the question that the officers apologized, at the end they laugh it off and everything. Kumo asked him, so you forgave him and you forgave him and you still suing? So forgiveness and suing is synonymous, or however he asked the question. I'm like, it's like this. I can forgive you 1,111 times. How the Bible say 77 times, 77 times? If they ask you to, if they apologize, you have to forgive them. But there's nothing in that Bible that says I still can't sue you for my damages. My wrist is broken. There's a big old bone sticking out the side of my wrist. So he could just go, because his sister had to send him money, so he apparently don't have no health care. So he could have to go to the hospital and they could try to put him on Medicaid or whatever to fix his arm, to put his bone back in place. But because I forgive you, that means I can't sue you for damages. I can't sue you, so I got the money to go get the bone reset in my wrist. Where does that logic makes no sense? This man, his sister is sending him money. So there's no way this man has the money to go to the hospital and get his wrist reset. So, my only reason for doing this video, because I wasn't even going to do the video until Kumo says, so, forgiveness and suing is synonymous, or however he put the words. However he said that word. My thing is, just because I forgive you, don't mean I can't sue you for the damages that you caused me. Because either I sue you and my damages be taken care of, or I go find some money that I don't have and take care of my own damages, which is not possible. In the case of this guy. So, what even got me to it? I clicked on something on here. I was just scrolling through my notifications, clicking on different ones that interest me until I clicked through all of them. And I think the last thing I was looking at on here, my little niece, I think she's 16 and graduating high school, and I know that she has a company. I know that she starts her own little company where she's selling these cute bags. I clicked on it and I'm like, oh, okay, go Kaya, go Kaya. Yeah, my little niece name is Kaya. We call her Kaya. I said, go Kaya. I might buy a picture. I'm not into bags like that. But you know, she's making these bags and she's selling them. And you know, like I tell you people, in this COVID-19 era, you create your own businesses, you create your own jobs, you find a way to make money. You just make money off your talent. You have a talent, you use that talent. You have a skill, you use that skill. Anybody who had a 9-to-5 job has a skill. Like I told all my kids, they all work a 9-to-5. And after talking to them for a few years, in the last 3 years, talking to them, what is your skill? What is your skill? Like my son, he get a job here. He started at this job, Interlake Welding. He do welding. He's been doing that since, he's been interested since elementary school when he went to career day. And this welding people came here and start showing how you could get in, how the student get into welding. Well, that's been on his mind since then. And then his grandfather doing shadow days. His grandfather would shadow him and taught him welding. So he got his first job at a chicken plant, which he told him not to go there. But you get your first little job and whatever, don't know how to work because government passed laws making it illegal for black teenagers to work. And I say black teenagers because white teenagers been working. I see them working in their parents' stores, like the Piggly Wiggly. I see a little 15-year-old boy in there working. But it's illegal for teenage black boys to work. I know that because I was confronted by some white man that told me when I was training my son and his cousin, you know, cut grass, and I paid them, and I would pay them like, you go out there and I show them how to cut grass, how you can make money cutting grass, and then I give them $20. You know, that was just a training thing, you know. I got to say, you know, if the child gets cut by the lawnmower, it could be this and that, and you know, kids, and I'm like, when did that happen? When I was a child, we worked. It didn't kill us. People got hurt. Children got hurt. Go to the doctor, get healed. Go to these people that do this home remedies out of their home. But now, you can go to jail if your teenager works. Anybody with their third eye open can see clearly why that was the case. Why black teenagers were not allowed to work unless their parents go to jail or some kind of thing. Oh, they could get hurt. Of course you can get hurt if you don't operate the machinery properly. But I didn't operate the machinery properly. So anyway, with all that said, every single person has a talent, have a skill. If you can work a 9-to-5, you got a skill. And my son was like, what skill? What do you mean a skill? What do you do on your job? I will. That's your skill. I said, so the next time you get fired from your job, you can work at any 9-to-5. Any 9-to-5 that welds. Because you have to, all of these companies, they need somebody to weld something. They need somebody to weld something. Let's say like this air conditioner that's running in here. There's something in the air conditioner, a part on there that they had to motor or weld or something. A car. Somebody needs you to weld something on their car. A house. Somebody needs you to weld something in that house. All these different companies, somewhere in that company, they need somebody to weld something. I told my son that. He kept getting fired from jobs. He will get a job the next day. His intuition is strong like this guy I'm talking about. He knows when his time is about to expire on a job because different things begin to come into play. Different things begin to happen. Oh, Why is the big man watching me? Oh, why am I having friction with this person? Oh, why is this person so focused on me? Oh, why all of a sudden everybody got issue? Why all of a sudden this is happening? So he immediately goes online and starts looking for other jobs. Just start looking for a job just in case. He did that 3 different times last year until he got the job where he is now. He going through these stages. Based on what I've been telling him before all of this happened, because he done got fired from one job, and then got fired from that job. Then I start telling him, well, you know this and that, and then got fired from 3 or 4 more jobs since that, but would get a job the next day. Just because he paid attention to his surroundings, and then he started doing this, and then boom, he comes into work. Well, we don't need you anymore. Huh? Okay. Or you can go home. Okay. He go home, start the job the next day. His girlfriend like, did you know you'll get fired? He said, no. And you got a job the next day? He said, if certain things that was happening, I just had a feeling that it might come to that point. In case it do, then I would already, that's what he does. So, and because he did that, his skill, I say your skill, your talent, that you like to do, that you love to do, is welding. Went to the Central Carolina College and took some classes there in welding. He went to another school, took some classes there in welding. Now he's come to the conclusion he don't have to go to school and get all his education to have his own business, doing whatever he doing, creating whatever, like creating grills, doing this is whatever. If you need to be well, I'm your man. So that's what he's doing. His talent is welding. So he will weld parts. These parts he will weld that will goes on long distance trucks. That's what he was welding. He got fired from there, and all this happening. The girlfriend like, how you know did you know you'll get fired? I know. But I start work tomorrow at this other place. He will all kind of stuff. But anyway, when he saw this next job, he said, I never pipe weld. He said, I never weld pipes before. He said, but I don't even know how that look. I don't even know how you do that. He said, but I know I can do it. So he went to work. They showed him how to weld the pipes. Bam. Then ain't no big deal. Then they also showed him this computer, this robot. This robot is gonna have. This is the robot that's gonna have your job in so many years. The old man that was out there and telling all the young people that come in. He said, He said, do you know how this is the robot? He said, I don't know. He said, I've seen this. He said, this robot was on a job he was on before. And he said, I've seen it. He said, I know how to work it. Even though they were just showing them. So he basically understands the robot. And I tell my son, that's exactly how it is. I say, you focus on the job that the robot can't do. Anything, you focus on what the robot can do. And you make sure you specialize in what the robot can't do. At the same time, you make sure, because they're going to need somebody to operate that robot. Fix the parts unless they hire a robot to fix the robot part. And they can probably do that too. Thing is, creativity, your mind. You use your mind. We're all creative. I'm an analytical thinker. I'm always looking at things from every angle. So your skill, welding. You will never be. You might get fired from every job, but you will always have a job because just go someplace that need welding. Weld pipes. He got hired to weld pipes. Now he's doing good there. He's making more. He's in the wage range that he's been trying to get to with all these other jobs that pay you poverty wage, and they want to harass you and give you a hard time, and then let you go because it's fun and games for them. I took I took business classes, so I understand the management and the fun of the game and what they're doing. And I use what I learned to teach my children how to navigate through this earth, having a human experience. So, welding, that's your skill. The one he went to before, the welding the pipes, he weld parts to exercise athletic machines. He never did that before. Oh, okay. Now he's at a place where you weld pipes. It doesn't matter. Let's say he move or get promoted to a whole different job that don't have nothing to do with welding pipes. They might need somebody to weld the parts on this transistor up here that's running electricity to this house. Welding is the skill, it's the trade. It's not the job. The job itself is the company that needs the services. So I learned in college, in my in my business computer technology classes, services is where you need to focus on. Services. Welding is a service. Now my other son, he's a computer genius because of his different surgeries from childhood medical issue. Academically, he don't retain everything, but naturally, computer person, naturally look at something, take it apart again, put it back together. Never had a maintenance in his life. Went out there, say, I can fix this car. Went out there, took parts off the car, look at how it go, and put it right back on and got the car running. That's something he naturally do. Never had a maintenance class in his life. So, those are traits. So he's still trying to figure out what he want to do because he got sidetracked by a whole lot. Sometimes people get, situation happens in their life they can't get past because of all the blocks that people keep doing. No matter what you try to do, there's always something there to stop you from being successful. It's there. People might want to say, well, you can do anything you want to do and start blaming on other people. The bottom line is, if I'm walking out that door and you slam that, if I'm walking out this door and you slam the door in my face, for that moment in time, you stopped me from walking out that door, but I'm determined to walk out that door. So I open that door back and I proceed to walk out of the door. I get out of the door, you throw a wall around me so I cannot get to the yard. So now what? I am determined to get into that yard. So now I got to go find a hacksaw or whatever this equipment is to bust down this wall. Now I got to bust down this wall. I don't have any equipment to bust down the wall, so I got to go find the equipment. I don't have it, so I got to get stuff, put it together. Now that's stopping me from getting to that yard. So I got to do all of this stuff here to get to create the equipment so I can tear down this wall you put there. Once I tear the wall down, you see me coming through the wall, I'm getting in that yard. Now I'm in the yard. And you looking at me like, okay, you got to do this, you got to go through all this. Now I got to go through all this your foolishness that's distracting me from doing what I need to do. So with that scenario, I got about 5 more minutes. This thing stop cutting off at 30 minutes or less. So, skill. Whatever your skill is, whatever your talent is, whatever you love doing, from your creativity, from your creative eye, from your creative heart, because your heart is also a brain, I understand, the second brain. From your heart, what you like, what you love to do, what you want to do, what is your passion, that is your skill. That is what, you can go anywhere and you can make money from that one skill. Like, these companies have thousands of different jobs. But the thing is, focus on one. One. My son, after listening to me, he finally got it down. He came to me and he talked to me and I helped put stuff together and whatever. And he got it. When that last time he got fired, he focused. Welding. Okay, they need somebody to weld athletic equipment, these exercise equipment, these big heavy exercise equipment. Because of things happening there, got fired from there. Okay, pipe welding, never did that before. Okay, I'm gonna put him for that. Study that company, see how it works, and put him for that. Boom, he got it. Welding. So it's kind of hard for people to do that because there's so many distractions and stuff that put in place. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And back to this guy here. With all of that said, his intuition allowed him to know that this is the day this is going to happen. And it happened as it is. And being the man that he did, he forgave them. They laughed at all. Everything is good. But he still sued the police department. Well, if you forgave them, so why are you suing? Forgiveness don't mean I cannot sue you for my damages. Because now I can't do what I normally do. Because of the damages that you caused to me. I forgive you. But still, I need my money so I can go and take care of these new health issues that I didn't have before you just do whatever you do and ask questions later. But anyway, that's it for this video. Subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Bye.